Headwaters is a different kind of community.
There's an idea that people could get together and respect and love each other, and that could be consistent with a really good, well-rounded education.
Teachers actually want to be with teenagers and students wanting to come to school for the love of learning.
People's eyes open to education when they come to a place where they're excited about learning.
What if we expected kids to participate fully in their institutions instead of the institutions doing school to them? What if there was an expectation that kids contributed to making that institution function?
Here at Headwaters High School, the pact is central to everything that we do, being peacemakers and advocates and creators and thinkers.
I'm incorporating multimodal learning. I'm doing creative things, like my kids are actually engaged, interactive.
Today we're working on sustainability, so you are building or designing whatever it is that you're going to find from materials, whether it be from the trash or from recyclables. Remember, it has to be something that is actually robust and usable, as well as aesthetically pleasing.
Design technology is about designing products and innovating, using technology and engineering. Stephanie really tries to have us collaborate to really get that teamwork mindset built in.
Y luego, si tienen otra con una segunda opción, queremos escuchar.
The IB curriculum helps students to have a deeper understanding and a more personal understanding of themselves and the world. IB is about being able to read and understand texts and being able to look at them through a multitude of lenses, and then to be able to write about that from a really personal standpoint.
They're pushed to express themselves, they're pushed to think, and they're pushed to declare themselves an individual and taking ownership rather than just being walked or babied along in their education.
The classroom doesn't have to end in the physical boundaries of the classroom, neither does this campus.
Here at Headwaters, Cydia's classroom affords students the opportunity to see and explore different aspects of the curriculum in ways that are real and tangible.
For artists, cultural food, we're at Bishop Creek, it really gives you the opportunity to apply what you're learning in classes and what's important to you to the real world while you're still a high school student.
Our access to so many places where learning is happening within walking distance, and sometimes that's where the best learning takes place, where we're not talking about something necessarily, but students are engaged in the process of doing.
Why is it important? Beforehand, America is just minding its own business. After this, we're well on our way to getting involved in World War I, getting into a fight with the Japanese, etc., etc. It's the beginning of the American century.
I think of my students not exactly as peers, but I think of them as equals. They're morally equivalent to me.
At Headwaters, we're a lot closer with our teachers or guides, and we actually call them all by their first names. It just creates a space to get to know them as actual people.
They just want to get straight down to having a conversation, and anything that gets in the way of that is a needless barrier.
Advisory is sometimes the first time that a student will have a relationship with an adult who is not a family member.
It's kind of like a little bubble in the school. We can talk about our personal life and kind of what's going on with us.
Tuesdays are normally, for me, social-emotional learning. Wednesdays are kind of like a chill down. We kind of do a little bit of meditation. Thursdays are academic check-ins. And then Fridays are like fun days. And so we'll play games, go to the park, Whole Foods. I wanted to come to a school that was not just about, hey, we're teaching to the test or we're teaching to this specific end of the year exam, like you need to do this, right? With social emotional learning, we can kind of think about the child as a whole.
They're whole people. They have hopes and dreams, you know, and strengths and weaknesses.
Socially, I think we develop a culture of understanding and courage and being your authentic self.
We invite and expect students to be active, engaged participants in setting culture, climate, norms, expectations, and tone of how this place operates.
At Headwaters, there are a lot of ways that you can get involved with our community.
Teachers will listen, and I think it's a great part of the teacher understanding where the class is at as well, and whether we're understanding stuff and when we need more time. I think it's amazing for a student's mental health because it is able to shape a class to support all the students.
For the first time, they're looking to their future and what's next for them. One of the things that we really do best is really support the kids and their parents through what that process is like.
When they leave us, wherever they may go next, their voice matters and they know how to take action. They know how to impact the environment and the culture. They're fearless and respectful about those systems.